everybody, welcome to Kat's Creations live on Friday night. I am Kat and welcome to my kitchen where we are going to be creating a wonderful Mother's Day gift. And I want to caution you, when you're thinking about a Mother's Day gift, it's not just one day. Moms can be celebrated every day throughout the year, so think of things like adoptive parents that are becoming parents for the first time. That could be a wonderful adoptive parent gift. It could also be a mom-to-be gift. It can just be anytime you want to celebrate your mom, or just let her know that you totally appreciate her, not just one day out of the year, but every day. So the sign that we're using, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's this one. Came from Personally Yours. You can find her on Etsy. So it's just personal and then Lee and then yours. The sign says mother, a noun, one special lady who loves unconditionally, leads by example, and puts others before herself. And I think that is a perfect example of the definition of moms. So just before we launch into the beginning, let's check sound. Let's check audio. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. If you guys can see me okay, do me a favor and give me a heart. If you're having any issues with either one, let me know. We shouldn't have any issues because we hardwire directly into our internet, so there shouldn't be any buffering or pixelated images or things along those lines. So.
Yep, we're starting to get a lot of likes and love now, and
okay.
Gail, Julie, Martha, Barbara, Janet, Kathy, Teresa, and Terry are on.
Awesome.
With a bunch more.
So
hi,
Gail, you're in my thoughts. And hopefully you've had a cheese pizza, a Subway sandwich, or Chick-fil-A, or one combo of two. I think I got all those right. That's what she said she was craving. So we're going to kind of do things a little bit differently because this wreath I want to put an awful lot of embellishments on. We are going to be doing what's called like a layered base with Deco mesh. So I'm going to try to speed up the process a little bit so you're not watching me do one layer of Deco mesh and then do another layer and then do a bunch of other stuff. So what I'm going to do is show you how to wire your 14-inch wreath frame, just one section. You would repeat it all the way around through every 6 sections. Then I'm going to show you how we're going to initially lay in the base with 2 pieces of Deco mesh. And then I'm going to kind of put that aside and we're just going to start once we get the base down. So you will need a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. The reason why I picked these is they're inexpensive. If we can keep our cost of materials low, then we can keep the prices of our product low, which makes for happy customers, because you still want to deliver a great quality product without gouging the customer. So in wiring up the 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame, what you're going to do is you're going to take a pipe cleaner and you're going to wire together on the inner 2 rails. You're just going to put a pipe cleaner on those 2 and give it a twist or 2. So if you look, it's between each of the welds, but right smack in the middle. Wiring the 2 together prevents it from moving, prevents it from sliding around, rather than if you just wire it on one. This is what happens. No matter how good or how tight you wire that, it won't stay. So I found that if you wire 2 of them together, it creates some stability and prevents less movement. Right. And then what we're going to do, that's the inner 2, and then you have the outer 2 that are left. So you're going to go in between your middle here and your welds. You're going to find a middle point, and you're going to wire together the outer 2. Again, put some tension on it, but not too much, because what you will find is if you're really trying to wrench your pipe cleaner on there, you could dislodge one of your rails from the weld on the underside. If that happens, then that just basically becomes a throwaway unless you can re-weld it, which most people can't. So just kind of be cautious. And then you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Here's your middle, here's my weld. I'm gonna pick a middle spot and I'm gonna put 2 on the outer of each section. So this is what each section should look like. 1 in the middle, 2 on the outside, in between each weld. On a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame, there are 6, so you should have 6 inner and then 12 on the outside.
Yep.
So do you guys have any questions about that at all?
Nope, not so far.
I know it'll take a while for the delay.
Yeah, a lot of gals are saying hi all, and then Julie said, this is the best I can hear you, great.
Oh, good.
A lot of gals are just saying hope all is well. Melissa said colors are beautiful. Simone says she's been fulfilling a lot of wreath requests, so she's now starting to think about Mother's Day, so this comes at a good time.
Oh, good. So, yeah, for us that are in the wreathing industry, we should be, even though Easter is still a couple weeks away, what is it? Exactly 30 days from today. If you carve out the first initial 10 days, it only leaves you 20 days to sell your wreath and get those shipped out in time for someone to put them on their door to enjoy them. So people right now are either have already made their decision on their spring or Easter wreath, or they're going to be making a decision within this week. That's the mind frame that I'm at. So I'm moving forward. I'm moving into Mother's Day, wedding, Memorial Day, and then starting to progress into the summer. So this is what you'll see on subsequent episodes of our wreath tutorials.
Oh, and Barbara earlier said hi, I finally got signed up, so hi Barbara.
Good for you. Okay, I'm glad.
Sandy
I know.
said she's so excited to see this one tonight.
Okay, perfect. I know I had dreams about this last night with the 2 different colors, so I was hoping what I dreamt and what we're gonna create should look relatively good. So we're gonna start with a base of just white Deco mesh. I am taking a 10-inch Deco mesh cut into 15-inch pieces. This is actually pretty thin, but it's an iridescent white. This came from Craft Outlet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put one 15-inch piece ruffled all the way through all 18 pipe cleaners. Granted, this is only small scale. So just to do the ruffle method, you're going to take your piece of Deco mesh, you're going to just walk your fingers and pull your Deco mesh towards you. I use the scissors just to kind of keep it from rolling up on me. And then you're going to take the finished edge and you're going to always make sure those go into the center as you work your way all the way around. So we'll start here in the middle and you're just going to give it like 2 twists just to make sure that it's in there pretty secure. So you can already see it's pretty thin. So we'll do that one more time, just so you get the idea of what we're doing. So as you can see, if I don't do this, and it's because I got to the end of my roll, so it has a tendency of rolling up more than if it was a brand new roll. So it just makes it easier if you can weigh the end down. That way it doesn't roll up as you're pulling your Deco mesh towards you. So we're just gonna do it.
Hi gals. Sandra said, hi gals, we missed you last weekend, was gone to Elton John concert in Florida.
Wow, good job.
Nice.
I know, right?
And Juoli said, found some rabbit frames at Dollar Tree today to put back for next year. Picked up some heart frames too.
Very good.
I didn't know they had rabbit frames at Dollar Tree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Awesome.
So there's an awful lot of good deals that you'll start to do, like I think Hobby Lobby and Joann's, Michael's. You'll probably see their St. Patrick's Day and Valentine's Day stuff on sale. And you might think, well, why should I jump on it? Why should I buy it now? Simple, because green can be incorporated into all your summer wreaths. You're going to use more of your like solid primaries, like bright green, bright yellow, bright blue, bright red, throughout summer. And then also think for Christmas, that green's going to come into play in Christmas. The red for Valentine's Day, think Christmas. It's also going to be for your Memorial Day, your 4th of July, your Labor Day. So when you're seeing the deals on this stuff, think outside of the box and think past the current holiday that they're advertising this as clearance items for. So this is what you will do all the way around the entire wreath frame. Just ruffles, lay them one on top of each other, finished edges in to the center. That will also leave the finished edges to the outside. Now with this deco mesh, I would cut it with a wood burning tool, and what it does is it cauterizes the cut edges so that it prohibits it from fraying as much as it would if you used a rotary cutter or scissors. So, any questions on the method just to lay down the initial base?
You've answered a couple of them. Maureen asked, was the mesh cut with the wood burner? So yes.
Yes. This one, yes.
Yep. And then Barbara said, hi, I love all your wreaths from Pittsburgh.
Oh, thank you, Barbara.
And then Roberta said the same thing. Hi, Kat Steve, love to watch your other videos. You explain it so well.
Thanks. Okay, so just to escalate it, because it's kind of boring to watch me do this for 18 times, this was just an idea I had to kind of advance us forward to. We've created it. We've laid the whole base. So that technique in every single pipe cleaner, and I just work my way around. If you want to start on the bottom one, just wherever your next pipe cleaner happens to be, just lay your ruffle right on top until you make it all the way around. Then this is also perfect for me because not only does it speed up the process for you watching it, because we get to learn the really cool decorative part, but it kind of creates a mock-up for me. So having the base already laid out, this is what I'm doing. So we're going to be alternating in every single pipe cleaner. Either I call this bubblegum pink or this minty green, and they're both metallic deco mesh, again cut with a wood burning tool. These are 13-inch pieces, so you're going to watch me go through and we're going to finish laying these in, and then we'll go ahead and start embellishing our wreath.
So the white base is 10-inch base cut to 15 inches.
Yep.
And the pink and green are 10-inch base cut to 13 inches.
Yes. And I was just playing with it. So I always start with one piece just a little bit bigger than I think I might want to go. Because I was like, do I want to go 12? Do I want to go 13? I'm like, let's go bigger. And I can always come back in if it's too much, if it's taking away from the white. Because I still want to see the white come through. But if you notice it right now, it's pretty thin. You can see that black wreath frame coming all the way through. Granted, once you put the ribbons and everything else on top, you won't. But this is where I would make a determination going, okay, yes, I can come in and lay ribbons in and add my sign. Maybe it will cover it all the way. But I want to make sure that my customers get a good quality product. So I want to make sure that it looks really awesome.
Kathy asked really quick, which mesh shouldn't you use a wood burning tool on?
You cannot use a wood burning tool, great question, on anything that contains natural fibers, like the
fabric,
the burlap mesh, where it's kind of like the tan colored mesh with the cotton fibers in it. Or if you happen to have something like this, but it does have a cotton fiber through it, you'll notice that it'll cut through on the wood burning part on the plastic, but the minute you hit that cotton fiber, it'll just sit there and smoke. So you have to break out the rotary cutter. Now, to reduce the fraying, what you could do on a burlap mesh is you could take that E6000 adhesive spray. You can spray all your mesh down. We did do a sample to see if it really, when you're using an adhesive spray, I was thinking, would it feel stiff? Would it feel like somebody just laid in a light glue all over everything and then it kind of loses its fluffiness? It actually doesn't, but to do a live demo on something like that, it does tell you on the back of your adhesive spray, I think, allowed to dry 4 to 24 hours, depending upon how thick you're going to apply it, which doesn't work in a live scenario.
Right.
So.
And it does have an odor, so you have to really let it set.
Yeah, it needs to go outside.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's pretty good.
Yep.
So I was pretty impressed with that.
Barbara, so the white base is a 10-inch deco mesh with like the pearlescent.
Yeah, it's got like an iridescent.
Iridescent.
So it's like rainbow color.
Right, and then the pink is just a bubblegum pink with a high foil pink, and then a mint green with a high foil green.
Just like this. So craft outlet for this, and believe it or not, the mint green I found at Joann's. So Joann's got in a really good spring. I think I got this on their clearance. This is, I was like floored because when I pulled it, I thought it was craft outlet. And you can definitely tell by the texture, one's a little thinner, one's a little thicker. But I think both of them make a really good coverage. Like I'm not compromising coverage on either of those. So we're gonna go in and do the exact same thing. We're just gonna ruffle the edges. So let me
Hi gals, just joining.
push this aside. So if you're new, let us know. We try really hard to get you plugged into a community near you, especially people that are just joining us for the first time. So if you are, say hi and let us know where you're from.
Saron said, hey, it's Saron from Fry's, Virginia. I always look forward to your awesome inspiration.
Thank you.
Sherry gave a nice compliment. She said, you're the best teacher of all the wreath makers on Facebook.
Oh,
That's
thank
nice.
you. I don't think so, but because I'm still learning from everybody else.
There's a Diane who says she's new, and Barbara, who just joined the private group, right?
Right, she just joined. I know we were trying to technical troubleshoot right before the live, and I was like, I have to go live in like 20 minutes, so if I can't get you, and I'll work with you afterwards.
And Brenda Watkins said, new from Illinois.
Oh, good. So we have someone joining us from Illinois. So if we have any other Illinois wreath makers out there, let us know. Let's get you guys talking so you guys have creatives in your hometown.
And then Barbara and Diane are both from New York.
Oh, very
Diane
cool.
said she's from Buffalo. I don't know where Barbara is. She said from New York. So.
Well, Barbara, where are you from in New York?
And Denise says hi from New York City.
Oh, very good. So as you can see, all I'm doing is just alternating my colors. And it hadn't gone inside until I started this pink one, so that's okay. And so you're gonna kind of see me go pink right below, but it's not that I missed it or I didn't coordinate it. It's simply that I grabbed an inside one. And again, when you're doing this, it doesn't matter. You can do all the outside, then go back in and do all the inside. At some point, a couple of them are gonna kind of look like they overlap because you have a pink on one and then a green on the other, and then you're either gonna have a pink or green in the middle. So I'm just giving these like 2 twists just to secure them in there. I try to make sure I grab my pipe cleaners and pull them up, so when it comes time to put the ribbon in, I already know where they're at, and it doesn't grab the mesh that I'm trying to lay right next to it.
Like I was just saying where they're from.
Awesome.
And Roberta also says, hi, I'm from Kentucky, and yes, you are the best teacher on wreaths on Facebook.
Well, thank you.
And don't forget, she's also on YouTube.
You can find me on YouTube. That's usually the easiest way. If you cannot find a particular video and you know that you saw it on one of my Friday night lives, just go to KatsCreationsNMore on YouTube, and it's easy because you can see all my videos listed there. So it makes finding them much, much easier. So.
Awesome. And then Kath also said, you are a fantastic instructor, motivator, and cheerleader.
I like to motivate people because it's just, I know how much I enjoy being motivated by other people, so I try to encourage and tell them you can do it. It's just a technique. Anyone could figure out how to do this. If you just follow the steps, anyone can make this. Don't think that this is beyond your ability. I have 80-plus-year-old grandmas in our group that are able to do it. It might become a little challenging. You know, you might have to stop for a little bit because your hands get tired holding things, but that's okay. You're making things for people you love.
Oh, that's awesome. Kathy, she said, Nancy and I went to nursing school together. I didn't know she was into wreathing.
Really?
Kathy, Nancy who? Kornichuk?
I was going to say.
Which Nancy?
That's cool. I like it when people don't realize that somebody that they've met watching one of the lives is somebody that they've like gone to school with, grown up, They were friends growing up.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think of the colors on this one? The mint green and the pink.
A lot of them already said they love the colors.
Yeah, it was tough. I was trying to pick between, do I want to go pink and blue? Did I want to incorporate that mint green? You guys know I just got my ribbon in, so I really wanted to play with some of those colors, along with the sign that we just got in for Mother's Day.
And then Maurice is also from Long Island, New York, so maybe she's close enough to Barbara and a couple others that they can meet.
That would be awesome. Because I know I was talking to Patricia. She lives out here locally with a couple of the other people, and I was telling her, we all need to get together, we all need to go to lunch, we all need to go not break in, but go shopping at the wholesaler out here in Orange County.
Yeah.
Shinoda, yeah, and then go to lunch. So,
Simone also said, I love the way you teach, Kat. I found that you take the time to think about what others need to learn techniques.
oh yeah, I think that's, I want to say that's one of the things that I'm always considerate of is, yeah, I can show you how to use expensive wreath tools or expensive deco mesh, but if your customers, you know, if that's going to push your pricing outside of your customer's budget, I think that's kind of not who I want to be.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that we're teaching with things that everybody can find, can utilize. If not, our community is a great way to find things that you need that might not be readily available to you.
Kathy said, have you used a lot of the supplies that you bought from LA that wasn't wreathing anymore?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, we probably sold at least probably 2/3 of it. Huh?
Oh no.
Half maybe? I'd say about half.
Maybe half. I don't think we've hit the halfway mark just yet. Because it was funny. This year for Easter was the first time I got to crack open the Easter bin, and I had 3 bins full of Easter embellishments, and I didn't even come close to denting either one of them. I think I used like 2 bunny heads, and that was it.
Oh, Kathy said Nancy Schumann, she had dinner with her on Wednesday.
Oh.
Awesome.
See, it's really awesome.
Yep.
So we have about 5 more pieces. So the Joann's mesh, like I said, it's still really nice. It fills in. It's not as thick as the pink. It's funny. If I was to rate them on thickness versus thinness, the mint green would be the thinnest, believe it or not, then the white, and then the pink. The pink has, it's got some staying power, so that's good. So I'm just making sure I'm not forgetting any. So we're slowly making our way around. This kind of reminds me of like the vintage candy wreath we did.
Yeah.
Like long ago. And I'm on the lookout for some vintage signs, so believe it or not, I might have to go antiquing and try to find some signs. Because I'm not coming across a lot of the vintage older signs that I like.
So Linda, she said she came in a little bit late. The white is the base. It's 10-inch deco mesh cut to 15 inches in Ruffles. And then the pink and green she's alternating is also 10-inch mesh cut to 13 inches.
Yes. I know I'm not trying to confuse you and just randomly like, oh, well normally you go 12 inches if you're going to add to the top, and you would be right. That usually is the case, but this one I wanted to thicken it up just a little bit more. So I started with a 13-inch piece and kind of liked the way that it looked. So I have 2 more green, and then we'll add our sign.
Diane said, I just made the base in light green.
Very good.
What colors would you use with this idea? Please, also light mixed colors.
Okay, so
great combo.
Did you go with a light green base, or did you go with something a little darker?
I think she said light green.
Light green? You could come back in and do the same thing. You could go pink and white on the top.
Right.
Or you could go blue and pink. You know, pop the blue that's in the sign.
Depending upon your colors, right.
Yeah. You don't have to. I usually start my bases on all my Deco mesh with usually white. White.
White or the tan.
Or the tan. And then if we're going into fall, it could be like black or a charcoal gray. So I usually have base color. Base colors. So
like
now.
I said, love the colors. Roxanne said she was at our Hobby Lobby yesterday, and they have a lot of the 21 mesh marked down to $249. Wow.
That's where you want to pick it up.
We got yellow, pink, the peacock blue, light purple, light blue. That's awesome.
Yeah, go. That's me. I would be there in a heartbeat picking those up. Even if they are so thin that you're like, I really don't like working with that quality, use it as your base. The very bottom base method. Use it in a what do you call it? The poof, or you could do it in a bubble. Either way, it'll work. And for $250, bringing your costs down, which is good.
Right. Robin said, I love the way the pink and mint fill in the white.
Yeah, and it doesn't take, it does, you can still see the white thicker, but now see what I'm saying? It thickened it up to where now you can't. Okay, if I was being really picky, maybe in a couple spots I might see something in here, but as you know, we're gonna fill it, we're gonna add some ribbon, we're gonna add some blush and pink and peach roses to this so that it really feels like a Mother's Day floral wreath. So, again, our sign, 6x10, came from Lee at Personally Yours. When you order it, she doesn't put the holes in it. She will ask you if you want the adhesive mounts. For me, I don't like the adhesive mounts just due to the fact that if you put too much tension on them and there's a temperature switch, like from an extreme hot day one day and then it goes cold, sometimes if you don't reinforce those adhesive mounts with some glue, they can pop off. And that's the last thing you want to have happen. And I only discovered that when I had my wreath up in the bedroom and it just got suddenly cold here. And then I went in there and half my sign's hanging off, and it was because of the adhesive mount. So now I just punch holes in them just like you would with a hole puncher. So you can get these Beadsmith metal hole punch pliers. It works just like a hole punch. I want to say they're like around 10 or 12 bucks. 1.5 millimeter.
Yeah, you could go 2 millimeter a little bit.
Yeah, thicker. It might make it a little bit easier. But I'm going to go ahead and pop a hole onto my sides.
Robin, again, while she's doing that, the white mesh is cut to 15 inches, Ruffles, and then the pink and green is cut to 13 inches, and they're both Ruffles on top of the white.
Right. So push those pop little holes in here, and then I already have my pipe cleaners set up. I put my card on the back just in the event that the customer should lose the business cards that come with the wreath, which we know are prone to happen. So we're just going to pull this through. And I have very thick, fuzzy pipe cleaners.
Julie said that looks like a cute tutu. My granddaughters will try to slip it on.
Right, this so would. That would be super cute. You could, but I think it'd be a little too itchy and scratchy. So I'm going to add a white one to the end, and then I'm going to do this pink one because I popped it into a pink flower that's off to the side. Trying to coordinate that a little bit. Trying to get them about halfway. Not that I have to worry about the signs coming off, so I just do it a couple twists. So there's our sign. We're going to put our sign exactly in the middle. So I'll show you guys a preview of what it's going to look like once I get that all woven down to the bottom. So this is where having a thinner Deco mesh makes your job so much easier.
Gail Lott asked what was the brand of the hole punch?
Beadsmith. So B-E-A-D Smith.
It's on Kat's list of on Amazon.
Yeah, I posted a link there.
Right. Yeah.
With all of my products. and I might have to just repost it again. But it's easy to find. If you're on the Kats Creations page and you're on a mobile phone, it might be a little bit more challenging to discover. If you're on a laptop or a tablet, if you just go to the welcome tab, don't ask me why it says welcome. If you open that, it's my Amazon link to all the products that I've purchased and have gotten off of Amazon. Let me just make sure this is centered.
So what does the sign say again?
Oh, sign. Mother. It's a noun. One special lady who loves unconditionally, leads by example, and puts others before herself.
Okay.
So I think that pretty much sums up moms.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did a little bit of a cheat because I am going to be using 2 bows. I'm going to be putting one up here, and I'm also going to be putting one down at the bottom, so it's a kitty corner. So rather than make 2 bows, I made one, and then we're going to go and I'll show you how we make the second. So that helps keep our creative time to a to benefit.
Oh, hi Brenda, thanks for sharing.
So here's the first bow that I made. So it's using 6 different colors of ribbon. So it's using our 2.5 inch, you can find it here, 2.5 inch, it's this teal blue or teal green with a lace. This came from Michael's. We're using that 2.5 inch floral. This came from Craft Outlet. A mint with a white swirl, Craft Outlet. The tan, Craft Outlet. The 1.5 inch floral, Craft Outlet. And then the blue with the white polka dots. So I've crafted one, so there's going to be one that sits up here. So again, preview of what's to come. This is where one will sit, and then we're going to make another one for down at the bottom. Is that, it looks well when I'm, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and feed this one down now through my
Laura
wires.
just a little bit ago said she talked to Hobby Lobby Kirk, and they said they were slowly getting rid of their mesh.
What?
As it's not popular for them.
Maybe
We'll see. I mean, they've had it for so long, I don't think they're going to get rid of it anytime soon.
it might just be certain, maybe certain colors, because I know, remember last year they went on clearance with like seafoam green, and then everybody went and bought them because we figured out, oh, it's perfect. You clearance these out right during the summer.
She said they'll keep the seasonal but get rid of the rest.
Okay.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of changes this year. I foresee a lot of changes coming. I don't know if they'll all be good or not, but we'll wait and see. So I'm gonna just kind of make sure I'm not hiding my sign at all. I want it to kind of corner that. So let me go ahead and secure this to the underside. And then we can kind of fluff our bow. And then I'll show you how we're going to make one for the other side. Because I knew this one I was going to make smaller tails because I knew I didn't want it to cover and hide my sign. And I also knew that it was going to take away from some of those pipe cleaner spots when you occupy it with a larger bow. So we just want to make sure that everything is all pretty where it should be.
Barbara, so Kat has the 2.5 inch. It's like a tan and pink floral ribbon.
This?
Yep. And then she's also got the matching 1.5 floral ribbon.
Yeah. These
She's
are all the
using
ones that I literally use 6 ribbons to create the bow. So I use all 6 of those to create the bow that you're seeing.
And then the rest are like a minty green, kind of like a Tiffany blue, minty green color.
Can't say Tiffany blue, it's a licensed trademark.
I can say if that's the type of color.
You can say robin's egg blue. No, because the only way you make the association is Tiffany, the jewelry manufacturer, that color blue. All women know what Tiffany blue is.
That's why I said it.
Can't use it when describing it. You can say robin's egg blue, even though we know it's not really close. Okay, so we are going to, when you're using the bow dabber, you're going to start with the bow, whatever you want to start at the bottom, and then you're going to build up. If you were using the Pro Bow, depends on how you're going to start, but you usually start at the top and work your way to the bottom. So we have the 2.5 inch at the bottom, so we want to dovetail cut that. So you fold your wired edges together. You go from this folded side to your corner. This one's a little thick because you're working through the glue where they glued the lace trim on and the wire. So looking at the wreath, I can kind of go a little bit longer tails here than I could at the bottom because they're gonna spray out at the bottom, and it's okay for them to hang off the bottom of the wreath. You can't really have that so much at the top because then it hangs over into your sign. So I'm going to probably go 9 inches for my tails. So when you use the bow jabra, it's just like the easy bow maker that people have with the little 2 prongs. So you're just gonna twist. So there's my 9 inch tail, and now I have wrong side fabric here. I turn it because I always like to be building it from the left side. I don't know, I guess it's just easier for me to explain. So twist again, you push that down, and then let me tell you how big the loops are. These are gonna be 4 inch loops. I think that one's a little bigger, so we'll go just a little bit bigger.
Do it 5 inch.
5 inches. It's like 5. Yeah, we'll do 5.
Brenda asked, are all the ribbons from Craft Outlet?
No, the one I'm using right now in my hand is from Michael's, but everything else came from Craft Outlet.
And then Joni, that's kind of the benefit of the private group is the supply list for this wreath will go to the private group. But for the public group, you just get the tutorial, how she's doing it, and you can see the colors and try to match it as best as you can.
20, 1, 2, 3, 4.
But she does tell you where she's getting the ribbon from and where she's getting the Deco mesh from.
Well, and throughout the tutorial, we're telling you how long the pieces are. But private group people can just sit here and watch it and then know that I try to get the supply list out as soon as I can. It's like a materials list. For some reason, I'm thinking this one's a little, it is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know, this looks funny to me standing here. So there's that one. And then now we're gonna come in with our other 2.5, nope, this is 1.5. 2.5 floral and do the exact same thing. So dovetail cut your ends. It just makes it look so much more finished.
And all you guys that are new, even all the guys that are on here, please share this post. It puts it onto your page as well, and then she also gets some exposure out of that, and then you can always reference from on your page when you share it.
So we're doing the same thing. We've got 9 inches. We're gonna do 5 inch loops here, exactly the same. So all I have to do is just match these up with the one below. And then
Joni said, tell me about the private group, please, and cost. You can tell her probably after you finish the ribbon.
I can do it while I'm doing it. Private group is $17 a month. The stuff that you get included in the membership is materials list for both all the public and private tutorials. So the private group meets on Sundays at 5. So even if you're not able to make it, the replays are always available. You get access to the private group's library of all the designs I made all through end of 2017 into all of 2018. So everything's available to you while you're in the group. You get discounts from Personally Yours, Jane's Front Door Decor. I'm looking to see which one comes next. The polka dot. Affordable wreath signs, perpetual ribbons. You get access to my square, which is the point of sale purchase if you're going to be doing craft fairs. You get your first $1,000 fee free. So that's really good, especially if you decide to wait till it's closer to the holidays. Let's
Plus,
see
you
what
can go to
else.
your private website and www.KatsCreationsNMore, the letter N,
Yes.
.com, and
I
it's at the
know.
bottom of our website.
Yeah, all the benefits are listed there. You also get a one-on-one coaching, so you can choose how you want to receive that coaching, whether you want it
One time.
by phone, by Skype, what you'd like that on, whether it's setting up your Etsy store or a wreath design, it's entirely up to you. We just added that just now. You get all our community support people, so it's actually really good. And to sign up, you just go to, like Steve said, the KatsCreationsNMore website, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see Kats Creations private group. You can read the benefits, and then there's also a link where you can sign up. Once you've signed up and purchased the membership, it's on a reoccurring payment, then you go to the link that's posted there for the Facebook page, and just give me the email address that you used to sign up, because sometimes the email address and your name don't match up when PayPal sends the confirmation. That way I can find you and approve you. It's relatively simple. So as you can see, I've been taking the next consecutive loops and kind of bringing those in.
Tapering them in.
Yeah, making them just a little bit smaller, just like they would be if you were doing it on your Pro Bow. So I'm basically showing you how to do the exact same bow on the Bow Dabra. That one's done, and then we're going to do this. We have one more to go. So any other questions that you guys have?
Oh, that's good. Beverly said chemo is almost done. We'll be back to the private group soon.
Aww.
Hope you're doing well, Beverly.
That's what we're actually, on Sunday, we're going to be doing an awareness wreath. Thankfully, I got my awareness frames in thanks to Gail, because Gail sent me some metal awareness ribbon wreaths. So we're going to be showing you how to do that with florals, and I'm going to do a breast cancer one, because I know quite a few friends of ours are going through treatment for breast cancer. But it allows you to replicate that for whatever, you know, awareness that you're making the wreath for. Like ovarian cancers, teal.
Yeah. Breast is pink, obviously.
Breast is pink, yeah. So that's what we're doing this Sunday, is the awareness ribbon.
Kathy, the bottom 2.5 inch is 9-inch tail, right?
Yeah, and so is the two bottom 2.5 inches are 9-inch tails with 5-inch loops. And then all I do is progressively just kind of shorten it like by 1/2 inch each time I'm coming up.
Yep.
So this is the last one. This is my favorite ribbon.
That's good, Beverly. Glad to hear it. She said it's going good. Thank you. Her chemo's going good.
It's hard. You know, you gotta life. You know, we have a close friend of ours down the street from us who's battling ovarian cancer for the 3rd time.
3rd or 4th time.
She beat breast cancer the first time, and then she's been fighting ovarian cancer. So we know it's not fun. There we go. I'm trying to hold this at the same time because I didn't grab the little piece that goes in here. I'm just gonna try to finagle
I
that.
think Kat said the green 2.5 inch swirly ribbon came from Michaels. That came from Michaels, or the?
All the ribbon except for this one. This came from
the
Michael's
lace.
Craft Outlet.
Everything else is from a craft outlet except the lace.
Yeah, you can go back and look when we did didn't we do the wreath unboxing? So I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, kind of get it ready. So I'm gonna pick all this up, just like so. There's your little bow sandwich. And you're just gonna slide that in there. And I'm gonna put a good twist and then just twist it. This way, using a pipe cleaner is a little easier to grab than trying to use floral wire, but you can use floral wire. And I'm actually gonna fluff this on the frame. So let me move these.
Oh, Yannette said, I'm excited for Sunday. I'm going through chemo for breast cancer right now.
Aww.
So same thing, Yannette. Hope you do well and hope your cancer or your chemo goes good.
I hope you win it. I hope you successfully go into remission. I know they can't really say recovery or that you're cancer free, but one of these days, I truly believe that they will find a cure to cancer. And that will be the greatest thing. Because I hate losing so many people, or hearing so many people recently are diagnosed.
Yeah, a lot of the gals on here said that they know of people or they've also gone through cancer.
Isn't that sad?
Yeah. Terry said she's excited for Sunday also. She had breast cancer 10 years ago. So she said, hang in there, Yannette.
Okay. So, what you want to do, trying to get it all unstuck from my Deco mesh, is you're going to pull in opposite directions. So I'm starting, it's going to be kind of hard to do it this way. You want to pull, you're going to have a loop and a bow, or loop and a ribbon tail on one end. So I'm going to separate them this way. And then on the bottom, you're going to pull the opposite. So loop goes the opposite. So tail and loop, and then loop and tail. So if you were to lay them flat, it'd almost be like they're completely opposite from one another. And then you're going to do the exact same thing with your rose. I'm going to pull it this way. So I have my loop here. Here's my tail. And then I'm going to grab my tail. It's going to go to the bottom. I might come back in and just trim this one up. It seems like it might be a little long, but we'll see. And then you just kind of work it through the next one. We're going to go tail and loop. And we're going to do loop and tail. Then we go brown.
Katie also says she's a 10-year breast cancer survivor. It will get better.
Aww.
Congrats, that's awesome.
Yes. It takes a lot out of women who have to go through that treatment. It is not an easy road.
Brenda, it's not KatsCreations.com. It's KatsCreations,
N,
the letter N, more,
not and.
more.com.
Yeah.
So KatsCreationsNMore.com.
Yeah. I know, I was telling Steve I need to, because I already had all my aprons made, I need to just put like a little
And
thing
more.
on, and more, right, so that it'll kind of go in sync with what we're doing. So I'm going to grab.
Char, Amazon or Hobby Lobby to get your Bodabra. Hobby Lobby you can use a half off.
Not half, 40%.
40% off. So I think they're what, $14 or $15?
Yeah, I think they're $15.99 now.
So you can get them for about $8 or $9.
And I think the boxes have changed. I think when I went there the last time, I was like, oh, they have new boxes. I would have completely missed them had I been looking for the old style box.
Yep. Sandra said the same thing. Send me prayers to you ladies who are going through chemo. To go well and to be cancer free. Same here. Amen.
I know.
Beverly said gorgeous bow.
Thank you. So I'm going to trim this one down just a little bit. Let's see. Maybe I'll just kind of pull it off to the side and maybe I'll let it hang off this way. That's the beautiful thing about bows is, you know, it can go one direction or another.
Yeah.
But making sure all your loops are all fluffy.
So many gals just know people or had cancer.
Yeah.
Denise said she lost her sister to breast cancer 17 years ago.
Oh.
And then Gloria said I'm a 12-year breast cancer survivor and a 5-year heart surgery double bypass. Wow.
God. And tell me women aren't strong.
Right?
Yeah. Not only do we do all that, right? But we survive everything else. I'm just pulling all my loops downwards. I want all my loops at the bottom or off to the side, because if they pop too much, they're starting to cover the sign. So I'm just flipping them all around.
And I'm sure most of you guys can attest, it's usually the husbands that gives you all the stress, right?
Well, a lot of times they're the ones that help with all the support too, babe.
Yeah.
Sometimes they can add. I think it's because guys are natural fixers, and this isn't something they can fix.
Yeah, guys are fixers, women are motivators.
Not always. Sometimes we need that cheerleading, that motivation. So let me hold this up and show you what we've accomplished so far.
Oh, let me zoom out a bit.
Okay. Did you zoom in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Is it
Yep.
in the right proportion?
Yep.
What do you guys think so far? Okay.
Good.
So I think I'm done with my ribbon. So let me move these all off to the side. Now what I'm gonna do is, because the bows have occupied good portions of where I had pipe cleaners, there's not that many left. So the places that do have pipe cleaners available, we're gonna go in and we're gonna add, let me find all my ribbon, make sure I keep the 1.5s are all here. So we're gonna alternate. For example, right here, we are gonna come in with this rose. The 2.5 inch are cut to 13-inch tails. So you guys have seen me do this before. So where I have a mint green Deco mesh piece, I'm adding the rose ribbon to it. So I'm just going to kind of fan these around, and then what I will do is come back in with, I like the swirly. So the 1.5 inch, these are cut to 15-inch, and I make about 2-inch loops. So it's kind of like its own awareness ribbon, and you're just going to kind of put that right on top of your tail, and you're going to twist them. Because I know that this is going to be the last thing I put in this particular pipe cleaner, I twist it about 5 times and then I cut it off, the excess, and then the little nub that I have right here, I just take this, push this all the way to the back, and then you fan out your ribbon so that it's something that sits in that hole.
Sorry to hear that, Robin. She said she's got scoliosis, so it's hard for her to stand or sit for too long.
Just do it in small quantities.
Denise said the same thing, and then Robin said she's probably going to have surgery for that.
Wow.
I know, huh?
We will be praying for you. The good thing is, hopefully with some of these surgical procedures, is that the outcome will be better than where you're currently at right now.
Yeah, our nephew had, believe it or not, had scoliosis so bad.
And he got it from gaming.
He got it
believe
from
it or
gaming.
not.
They had to
Sitting
put
at his computer for too long.
Yep, they had to put a titanium rod in his lower back, and he gained about 6 inches almost.
Yeah, he grew
taller.
a lot taller.
Yeah.
But now he knows you can't sit at your computer, laying in bed, kind of slouched over, and not suffer any adverse effects from that. So I am just in the pink Deco mesh. We're putting the teal blue with the rose floral. Again, feathering those out, just like so. So there's lots of ribbon, but not so much ribbon that you can't see the Deco mesh underneath. So we're going to go back to our rose color. And I guesstimated these dimensions, which is why I don't really have a materials list to go off of at the get-go when we do a wreath design, because I generally don't know. Like, I didn't know. I knew the colors I wanted to do, but I didn't know what it would look like until I started putting it together. Like, how long is this going to be? How long is that going to be? I don't know until I create it.
Yep.
So I'm alternating on the teal between the white swirl and the polka dot. Because I did white swirl here, I'm going to do the polka dot over here. Just to kind of create some different styles.
So Barbara, when she's done, and she's completed with the whole thing, we put it up on the door. She takes pictures of everything. The wreath, close-ups, far away. She'll post it on, are you just going to do your KatsCreationsNMore?
No, this is,
on Etsy
it's
too?
on Etsy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
because there's a lot
too.
of people. It's already up on Etsy, believe it or not.
She's just meant when you're done, you get close-up shots of it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then
Gail said it's going to sell quick.
we always hope.
Brenda said I agree.
Well, I don't do that many Mother's Day wreaths. So it's hard for me to find a sign I can relate to. And I really like this one. When Lee first created it, I was like, all right, now it's time for me to just dig in. Because last year's Mother's Day one was the button one that we did. That's the one that we did last year. So this one is just generic, which is why I was like, you could do this for, you know, parents who can't have kids that are, you know, gonna adopt. This would be the perfect thing for that new mom. You know, moms aren't necessarily the ones that give birth, they're the ones that raise kids. Foster moms.
Mm-hmm.
So think of those when you're using those in your keywords or your titles.
Sharon said this is so pretty, the colors are perfect.
Thank you. It's definitely spring. I love the roses. So I'm just going around making sure that I'm filling.
Very complimentary.
Complimentary.
Complementary colors.
I think Lee just did a great job on the sign. Like I said, you could go white and blue. You know, you could have taken this in shades of blue instead of the minty green. That would have worked just as well. So, right now I have a tentative material list and I don't finalize that and put that out until I finish. And then I'm like, okay, now I can tell you exactly how much it took me to do this. So, not quite a whole roll of each color Deco mesh, obviously. Those were full rolls. And that's about what I have left. So the white, obviously, because I went with a lot bigger pieces on every single one.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see it just goes all the way around. And I'm pretty particular, you know, about the quality of what we do. So I want to make sure that, you know, the customer feels that they're getting a full value out of whatever they purchase.
David said beautiful. Deborah said I think this is one of the prettiest ones I've seen.
Oh, thanks, Debbie.
Darlene asked where do you get your signs? So
This one came from Personally Yours on Etsy. So in our private group, she offers you a discount. So if you're in the private group, make sure you take advantage of that discount. Other than that, you can find them on Etsy. So just make sure when you're searching for her, because Etsy's so particular about search, it's personal, just the word personal, and then Lee, L-E-E, and then yours, all smushed together.
Yep.
But make sure you capitalize the P, the L, and the Y. And then you'll find her no problem. I wondered what he was doing. How are you guys liking that time change now? You guys used to the time change? I don't think I'm used to it yet.
Janet said the floral ribbon looks Victorian, so pretty.
Oh, I know. I was thinking that I was going to go one of two directions. I was either going to do the floral with lace and do a vintage, more like burlap and lace. Could go either way. That's the hard thing, deciding, do you want to go this way or that way?
Mm-hmm.
But I had my ribbon all picked out. I've had it picked out since Monday. So I was just finalizing the design. Okay. So a couple. I know, we were trying to gauge about how How many ribbons? How many ribbon ties? So we always want to make sure.
A couple of gals said they don't like it, the time change.
I don't like the time change.
Yeah, we do too. We wish they would just leave it alone the way it is and not change it.
I'm happy. Start with one and I'll stick it out, but stop with the whole, you know, coming in the middle and changing my time.
Yep.
Because it's really throwing me off. I cannot manage getting up at the same normal time. You know, I'm still dragging that last hour going, why?
Yeah.
Why? Doesn't it feel like Friday? Isn't that sad? It feels like a Monday. How sad is that? But I know it's not. Poke it up. 21. So I'm cutting a couple extra pieces because where my bow was sitting, I was able to go up underneath, and I was like, I don't want, it looks bare. I need to fill that.
Yep. Hi Adele, hi Sally, hi Sandra.
3.
Adele said, so pretty, love the colors, don't like the time change either. Terry said, I like that it's lighter out when I get off work now.
It is nice.
Yeah, but now we're getting closer to summer.
Yeah.
So.
That is very true.
Spring and fall are probably my favorite times.
Oh, see, fall and winter are my favorite. Spring's okay.
I meant as far as the time change.
Time change?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think I might do one more piece there.
Yeah, Sharon said the time change killed me in the beginning, but I'm getting used to it now.
It really killed us all. Because you stay up later compensating for the fact that that's just normal stay up time for you. But then you got that extra hour you lose. Okay. And then yes, we are going to come in here and pop in some of these florals. So once we get our ribbons and our half bows around, I have one more to do. And then we should be set. Just making sure they look pretty. Even though that one's kind of hidden. It's all about the value. I don't shortcut. I try not to shortcut. I don't want to shortcut. So, last one. This one will go right in here. It's just under the bow.
Jane said, love all the beautiful colors in this wreath.
Thanks.
Caitlin was on earlier too. She said hi.
What the heck?
What?
It is, because when you look at the time change, I'm like, okay. Okay, this should be the last one. And then we're going to come in and go around our sign with some roses. So this should be the last one. So I've been trying to alternate those mint greens, so it's either white with polka dots or
Thanks, gals, for all the likes and all the loves. You said hi, all the love, all the colors.
oh, thank you. And the one nice thing about Deco Mesh is when you go to add florals and glue your florals in, the Deco Mesh makes for a really nice base. So let me show you what this looks like so far. Move all the ribbons out of the way. Get rid of these. So this is what it looks like thus far. What does that look like to you, babe?
A little bit straighter up. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like so.
Yep.
And let's get rid of the wires on the back. Okay. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pipe cleaners. So I have these roses, they came from Michael's, and all of them came together like this in a bunch for $5, which isn't bad. And so we're actually going to incorporate these because these are the same colors, as you can tell that's in the sign. The pinks, the peaches, and the blush. So I think what we had talked about doing is I'm going to go ahead and I might just leave that. Let me look. They have ones here that are a peach and a blush. So we might come in here and
Barney said when the kids were little, I liked it when it got dark early. She could get the kids to bed earlier.
yeah, but then now, not so much. It's looking more purpley. Let me get the white ones.
Peggy said this is gorgeous. Thank you, Peggy.
I'm trying to get my white Clean lace out of here.
Hope your shoulder's doing better.
Yes. I'm thinking about you, Peggy. I went to the doctor's for my shoulder and she's thinking it's just inflammation. I was like, I really don't want surgery.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Please don't let it be surgery. So I think I'm going to do it like this. So I've got to cut my stems down quite a bit.
Still pretty long.
I'm looking. Yeah, I like that. So I will cut it down a little bit more.
Cynthia, the form is still a standard 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame.
Hard to believe, right?
Yep.
Because we can make it look so much more full.
It's the most versatile form out there.
It is. So what I've done is I've just kind of taken some Queen Anne's lace and mixed it with the pink and peach rose. So I'm going to actually come in, I'm going to add them. Look, I'm going to show you where they're going to sit.
I'm sure you got your glue skill out.
No, because I'm going to, they're going to kind of sit where my pipe cleaners are, but I will take the pipe cleaners out. But something along that line. Does that look okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I will take my pipe cleaner out.
Brenda said, I want to make one, I'm in love.
Brenda makes great wreaths.
Peggy said, thank you, therapy is getting tough, but no pain, no gain.
No.
As long as you don't
there's
overdo
a reason. Yeah, there's a reason for that pain. So we want to make sure it's the right kind of pain.
Gail knows about overdoing it.
Yeah, she does. Okay, so I'm pulling
Right,
some
Gail?
of this out. So it kind of frames my sign a little bit. I'm going to make sure these are in. Make sure they're twisted in there the way I want. And one of these is just a tad too long. So, should have brought the bigger silicone mat out. So I have mini skillet mat. I think I have the bigger one in there, right?
You want it?
Yeah.
Sure.
So this is on low temp. So what I'm doing is just adding a ton of glue right to that silicone mat, kind of holding all this together, just like so. It's my temporary glue skillet for today.
That's a good tip for the gals too.
What?
That they can just pour the glue
On
gun
the skillet?
on the mat.
Yes.
And then just
work the glue.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Ready?
Huh?
Here's the bigger mat.
Yeah, hang on just 1 second. Okay, so let me have that one. So, Michael's.
Small one.
Oh, right? No, not Michael's. Bed Bath and Beyond.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, it's just your cookie cutter mat. Oh, let that sit.
Okay.
Thanks, though. So you just get the ones that fit on your cookie sheet. That's all you need. So.
Oh, that's funny.
What?
Barry said, you're so amazing I had to boot up and watch on my big screen.
Aw. You know what's funny is when I first started my lives, because it was just me, this was before I would just picked a day where it was good for Steve to be able to help me, is my son-in-law, he brought me a giant big screen TV. I think it was like a 32-inch, and he put the monitor right here, just under the view of the camera, so you couldn't see it, but I could see everything. So it's actually pretty cool. So I get that whole, you know, you need a bigger thing. So we will take another.
Carol's got some skills, so.
Why?
Or Beverly's got some skills to be able to put it up on her big screen.
Yeah. She's like, just HDMI cord.
Carol, the mesh, it's a white base, 10-inch mesh. There's 18 pipe cleaners in there, and the white inch is cut, or the white Deco mesh is cut to 15 inches, ruffle design. And then the pink and the green 10-inch Deco mesh cut to 13 inches and alternated between each pipe cleaner.
That was Steve's homework, by the way. Right?
No, I get that pretty quick.
Yeah,
pretty
you
easy.
do. Because I usually sit with him and talk to him about the design while we're doing it.
Hey, our old friend Rio Long is watching.
Hi, Rio.
Rio was there, helped us do our oldest daughter's wedding.
Up in Wrightwood.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my little. You could take the leftover pipe cleaner that you have if you want, or floral wire, and wire it together. I don't really worry about it because I just will take. Let me make sure there's another glue stick. And I do use Gorilla Glue. You guys will always ask what kind of glue sticks I use. Gorilla Glue. So we'll just make sure that's all ready to go. So silicone mat. So you can just squeeze it onto your mat. I'm just coating the ends of my floral on both sides. If you need to, you can try not to burn. You can just scoop it all up, and then you're going to tuck it down into your Deco mesh.
The Deco mesh turns into a
Like a
screen.
really, yeah, like a basket almost,
Right.
to
Hold all the glue
hold
in.
all everything in there. So I'm going to come in here and we'll do one at the top. So let me just take these off. That way it'll add that. It just kind of carries the flower theme from our ribbons right into.
Mm-hmm. There's even some flowers on the sign, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of flowers. There's a butterfly on there. So we'll do the exact same thing. I'm actually going to dip into another one because I want the little ones over the bigger ones. So the little white flowers that I'm using is Queen Anne's lace, and you can buy a big bush of it, like this is how it comes. I think I've cut a couple of these off, but this is Hobby Lobby for $7.99. So Queen Anne's lace I use in a lot of my florals for filler because it's perfect. It's like baby's breath. So we're going to do the exact same thing.
And if it's hard for some of you gals to hold the roses together while you try to glue, you could actually take a small zip tie
Zip
and
tie together.
tie the little bases together and then glue it. Yeah.
Exactly. And this one's going to, it's going to tuck in under my sign, just like so. And then we have one more spot. So I'm stealing the baby ones.
Hi Venus. Hi Stacy. They said love the roses, love the colors.
I'm leaving the bigger ones, taking the little ones. Let me move this.
That's good, Peggy. She said she's only doing what the therapist tells me to do. Don't want to have more surgery because I'm being foolish.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to take these down.
Oh, and Peggy said she got her package today. Thanks so much.
Did you? Very cool. I was thinking about that today. I was like, I wonder if she ever got that. I'm looking for one that has a double.
Barbara, the white flowers are called Queen Anne's lace.
These. Yeah, so they're $7.99 for a big bunch like this at Hobby Lobby. So
And they come in different colors.
Yeah.
Primarily white though.
They come in pink and they come in yellow. So they're the perfect little filler flower. So it just makes it look really pretty. It almost looks like boutonniere.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
I know, because we share we think along the lines, we think a lot alike. So.
Kim said, love this wreath from North Carolina, new to wreath making.
I think
Welcome, Kim. Go ahead and feel free to share this page or share the video so it posts onto your page.
Trying to just take these down a little bit more. So, there we go. Big giant glob of glue. So if you don't have your glue skillet, this is what you can do. Is just sit here and scoop it all together. Just coat all your flowers.
Oh, Susan said, my mom would have cried with delight to get this.
What?
She would have cried with delight to get the wreath. That
Aww.
wreath that you're making.
So we want to make sure that we're not hiding our sign. So I'm trying to make sure I'm pushing my floral out of the way. So, and I think we're about done.
Hi, Wendy.
So let me move these just to ensure we have everything, which I think we do. Okay. I think we are all set. So let me show you how it sits on the door. Just like so. So, because I know you guys are going to ask for dimensions, let me give you dimensions. It's got to go all the way over here. I think this is 26. So yes, 26 inches in diameter. From the top of the bow, probably to the bottom's about 6. This bow sits up a little bit higher.
It would still fit in a 24 by 24 by 6 inch box though.
Oh yeah, because you've got the corner dimensions. Let me make sure I've got right side up. I don't knock my door down. So, what do y'all think? So, when you're getting ready to do all your photos, you want to make sure your corners are crisp, your bows are fluffed.
Yep. Oh, Gail, she can pick up the one that was on the door and show you in a little bit.
Oh.
It's a laundry room wreath. It's really cute.
I didn't even think they were making that sign anymore. I got the sign last year at Cracker Barrel. Because I don't know about you guys, but I hate folding fitted sheets. I can never fold them the exact same way they come out of the package. So, everything looks the way it's supposed to. What do you think?
Gal's just saying gorgeous, beautiful, beautiful, stunning, to die for. I love it. So pretty. Susan said almost time for baseball. Both my kids, salamanders, are playing tonight.
Ah.
Last week she just made a baseball wreath.
Yes, we did. Showed you guys how to make a baseball wreath.
Gail said fitted sheets are a lost cause.
They are. That's when you just go like this and they go in the drawer. Because you know you're just going to take them and sleep on them anyway. Okay, well, there we go. It was kind of crooked. I had to fix that. So, is there a glare? Because I know there is for me looking at the sign.
Nope, you're good.
Okay.
No glare.
So, yeah, if you feel that some of your ribbons are a little bit too long, you can come in and trim them.
Oh, Susan said basketball.
Oh, basketball.
Well, baseball's coming up too, though.
Yeah, soon.
Yeah.
So, that's it. Short, simple, and sweet. And then this is the reason why you use a silicone cutting mat. If you have a glue skillet, you just take it like this and you peel off your glue and you take it and you throw it back in your glue skillet. So it's not wasted. We just throw it back in the glue skillet.
Yep.
And it just recycles and reheats and remelts.
Again, last if you could see the other wreath.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I will show you this one. So, this sums up a mom's life. That life is too short to fold fitted sheets. So this one's done in the same colors as this one, but I went with the white and ivory lace and then the burlap and the cream over that. But yeah, the sign came from Cracker Barrel, believe it or not. Shows you where we can find all that. And then they also had the giant clothespins.
Yep.
So yeah, just a little play off of the fun stuff. So what questions do you guys have that I can answer for you, if any?
Yep. Any other questions? Kathy said the florals added so much.
It did.
It did, yeah.
It took the florals from our ribbon, the florals from the sign, and just kind of enhanced that sign and softened it so you don't see a giant rectangle shaped sign in the middle of your wreath. We just kind of added those roses and the Queen Anne's lace to it. I think that's what it definitely needed that. So, anything else?
That's it.
Okay, so Sunday, private group, people were making awareness florals. Believe it or not, it's going to be a total spin. Something new I found. We're going to be doing that Monday, book club, chapter 14, Rachel Hollis's book, Girl Wash Your Face. Can you grab me the book real quick? I always make Steve do this.
Yeah.
Because I always forget. Was there a question?
Yes. One of the girls just asked what the dimensions of the sign was.
6 by 10. It's six inches high, 10 inches long. And when you go to Lee's site, a lot of her signs come in multiple sizes. So if you want something bigger or something smaller, a lot of her signs can be ordered that way. You have a choice when you go to select them what size you want. Okay, so yeah, Girl Wash Your Face. This is what we've been reading through our book club on Mondays. But a lot of it has led to a great discussion group on Monday, so you don't necessarily have to have read the book. This chapter is I'm a Terrible Writer, which is, technically it's really about writing, but it's talking about what to do. Here's the way that I can take it and transform it into what we do. What do we do when we get negative feedback? What do we do if we get a negative review? What do we do if somebody says they don't like what it is that we've created? How do we maintain that level of professionalism when people tell us they don't exactly care for what it is that we do? So if you want to join us on Monday at 12 noon, PSTR time, which is California, it'll be 3 p.m. on the East Coast. Come and join the discussion. The discussions have been pretty amazing lately. Private group, if you're interested, KatsCreations, the letter N, more.com will give you all the information. Scroll all the way to the bottom. You can read up about what you get. Am I missing anything else? Covered what we're making in the private group. Design for next Friday, I don't know yet. I think I'm doing a wedding wreath. So it's kind of moving us into that. People are getting ready to get married. That's what I'm seeing come through my Facebook. So it's parents are planning for summer. So this is going to be our slow period because moms buy wreaths. Moms during the summer, they're planning vacation. They're doing stuff with their kids. They're not going to be buying. So this is a time for us to figure out new designs, getting ready for our busy season, and then honing our skills in how we can set up our business, how we can get ready for, technically for a wreath maker. September, October, November, and December are our busiest times of the year. So this is a good time to get ready, get your store up, get everything ready for the busy season. So hang tight. Anything else?
That's about it. Tam said, hi everyone, I'm watching she's new from Thermopolis, Wyoming.
Ooh, hey, Wyoming.
Wyoming, huh?
Yes, we were saying if we could ever live anywhere in the world, we'd want to live in Wyoming. That's just crazy.
Yep. Maureen, she didn't cut down the form I
Nope.
was talking about. It's just a standard 14-inch wreath frame form.
This one?
Yep.
Nope. Look, I'll even show you. Hidden behind all this, Dollar Tree wreath form.
Yep.
Believe it or not.
Can't even tell.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yep, that's it.
She did put holes in the sign with the hole punch cutter.
Yep. But nope.
Kim asked, is there any idea where I can get the swirl ribbon? Craft Outlet is out. You could try the Wreath Shop.
Yeah, try the Wreath Shop or try Trendy Tree. Other than that, you have to be a wholesaler, and they usually require you to buy it in a case. And you have to order minimum order. Their minimum orders are like $500 for a minimum order. So just hang tight. Hopefully they'll get more in. I'm hoping.
And Joanne asked, any thought about what we can do with all the tulips we have left over from the tulip carrot? Yellow tulips.
In my private group, come watch. I'll show you what we're going to do with a lot of our tulips on Sunday.
Yep.
That's what we're doing. Steve's looking at me like, we are? Yeah, we are. Yeah. He'll know when I show him. He'll be like, oh, that's right. That's what you're doing.
I know.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So if you have leftover tulips, that's what we're going to be doing. You can incorporate them right now in a lot of grapevine designs for spring. Kind of throw them together, make a centerpiece, make some lantern swags, decorate. That's where mine kind of are. They're all the way throughout the house in little vases. So that's where you make good use of them. All right, everyone. I will let you go. Have a great weekend. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys spending your Friday night watching me create something amazing. And I will talk to you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye, everyone.